The new channel. The new channel.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new channel. Here to help you see the new you. My name is Bob, and this is the Fort Project. Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Fort Project, where we talk about money, business, and life. Tonight, right here on TNC. My name is Bob, your host, and welcome to another continuing episode of the show. It is the 15th day for the month of August, 2020. Saturday weekend right here in Dubai, UAE. Yes, we're broadcasting live from Dubai, UAE. And for you out there who's watching this show from different parts of the world, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the beautiful channel of TNC. I'd like to invite you guys to like and share, follow us right here on this page, and share this broadcast to your friends and family members and loved ones. Also, the Instagram account is up and running, so you can actually see the different program hosts and different shows on this channel. And we're also simultaneously broadcasting live from YouTube, aside from Facebook, this evening. So again, I hope everybody's doing good. What did I do for the past couple of days? I did stay at home. Wala naman ibang pwedeng gawin eh. But we're pretty busy in the house because of the social distancing. So we're basically staying at home and we're working day in and day out. I don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing that you're staying at home. Walang oras, no? So pwedeng magtrabaho, tumulog, and magtrabaho pagkagising ulit without taking a shower. So that's that's the beauty of it as we stay here in Dubai for the lockdown or for the quarantine or for the staying at home period, at least for the time being. All right. So hope you guys are good, and hope everybody's fine this Saturday weekend. In the Philippines, it's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm pretty sure it's a Saturday weekend over there, so hindi pa masyado matutulog na maaga mga tao. So we are inviting you guys to stay with us right here for the next 30 or 45 minutes of the show, because I know we're going to be educated, we're going to be learning some lessons in life, and we're going to be inspired. All right. Now, today or tonight, my guest is another very young individual. All right, a good friend of mine, all the way from Dubai, also. So let me just give you a little background of my guest tonight. Subject matter expert in business strategy, finance, investment, and global leadership. Author of PISO Master, an influential book on investment and stock market. Former advisor of central bank and international banks in the Middle East, completed the executive leadership program at Harvard. Scholar for the Global Executive MBA and Hult International Business School, based in Massachusetts, USA, recognized in 2020 by Illustrado magazine as one of the most influential Filipinos in the Gulf. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Lyndon Magsino.
Hello,
Alright.
everyone. Magandang gabi. Thank you, Bob.
Ayun.
Thank you, bro, for having me here tonight. And
Mhm.
thank you so much to all your viewers. And I hope makapagkwentuhan tayo ngayon, and we learn some insights on about successes and failures, and how we can maybe overcome those trials without even experiencing it. Meaning learning from other people's mistakes. So I hope it will be an engaging and interactive session tonight.
I like that. No, we hope. I mean, we learn from other people's mistake or failure, and we learn lesson from them. So we don't really have to go through that kumbaga, stage, diba? Now,
Right.
again, thank you for being here on the show. It's an honor to have you on the show. Welcome. And all right, so eto na. Saan nanggaling si Lyndon Magsino? Let's go back up a little bit, siguro back in the day, ano ba, nag-aaral, sige yan. College days, tubong saan nga ba, kapatid?
I'm from Batangas, so Batangueño puro. My mother is from Anilao. It's very popular place for diving, and my father is from Lemery. So I'm originally from Batangas, but my college day I studied in Baguio City. So doon ako na exile because of I love Baguio City. So that's my experience in the Philippines.
Okay, so talagang purong talaga alae, kumbaga sabi nga sa atin doon. Oo, kapitbahay lang pala, no? Kasi ang inyong pong lingkod tonight is actually from San Pablo City, Laguna naman.
Oh,
So
okay.
magkakapitbahay pala tayo. Sabi nga doon ng matatanda, iisang pisa, ibig sabihin magkakadikit lang, no? So okay, Baguio. Why Baguio instead of, because we have universities and colleges in our area, but why
Yes.
all the way from south go to north just to study?
Okay, it's a long story, but just to make it short, when after ko pumasa sa high school, and we are looking for a university, so I tried nag-inquire kami sa FEU, sa iba't ibang universities in Manila, and all my siblings are actually studying in Manila at the time, and then I tried in UP, in UST, and even before ako mag-take ng entrance exam, nag-visit kami sa Baguio. And for me, it was like it's like living in another country. Malamig yung klima, napakaganda nung hindi masyadong ma-traffic, and I fell in love with the place. So, and we decided that day na I told my dad and my mom, I said I want to study here. So nag-inquire kami sa Baguio, sa mga universities doon. And luckily, I got admitted at Baguio College's foundation, which is now called University of the Cordilleras. So that's how it turned out to be na doon pala yung destiny ko. With so many universities na inikot namin sa Maynila, then I studied in Baguio alone by myself, and I'm very grateful with my Auntie Noemi and Uncle Pilo, na sila yung nagpatuloy sa akin. I stayed with them for about 4 years until I go back to Manila for my CPA review, and that's how I evolved as a professional. So yes, 4 years or 5 years in Baguio City. That's how I started.
All right. Now, how are you as a student, and why CPA? I mean, kami kasi ng mga nasa broadcasting, nasa media, nasa communications, we hate numbers. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but CPA, kwentahan, numero. So, bakit naman CPA? And how did you do during those 4 years that you're in college back in Baguio City?
Okay. Again, it's part of the story. My original plan, and even when I was in elementary, every time some people are asking me, "What do you want to be in life?" And I always say, "I want to become a pilot. So I want to drive an airplane." But then my father is an accountant, and he worked in Saudi. as an accountant. So Middle Eastern din yung kanyang career. So, and maybe I got influenced by my father. And initially, I don't like accounting. I hate numbers. I'm not good in math as well. Pero when I started studying BSA first year, it was a big struggle for me to understand accounting. And then second year, so parang I really literally dragged myself to love accounting, and only to find out that I will become a CPA and I'll be a good accountant. So, and no regret for me in the first place that I chose this career, because right now, being a CPA, you're dealing with money, and that's what we want. And I'm now a professional auditor, and I work in the bank. I was a consultant in largest auditing firm and consulting firm in the world, which is called Deloitte and KPMG. And now I love my job. But and this is perhaps the message I would like to share with our viewers, that sometimes blessings are in disguise. Sometimes you think you don't like the place, you don't like the person, or you don't like what's happening around you. And look where we are. We are experiencing a pandemic, but ultimately there is a divine plan which is beyond our comprehension, and that's exactly what happened to me. I hate numbers, I hate accounting, and look at me right now. I'm a CPA. So I hope we can give some stories about that to our viewers as well.
Oh, oo nga naman ano. So ironic, 'di ba 'yung nangyari? But
Very
okay,
ironic.
so nag-aaral ka. But okay, you said earlier na I was influenced by my dad. Are they the ones who actually told you to, anak, ito yung kunin mong course, or this is your personal choice?
Initially, they tried to convince me that because I want to become a lawyer, I want to become a pilot, but my second option is to become a lawyer. And my dad was telling me, he said, the best preparatory course to become a good lawyer is actually a CPA. So you can become a CPA lawyer. And that's why I said, okay, maybe corporate law is good for me, and that's how I got the interest. But initially, it was a very hard decision. But later on, I learned how to love my career and give the best of my ability to at least complete the degree. Not necessarily with flying colors, but at least I managed to graduate and pass the board exam. So that's exactly what happened to me.
Now I'm intrigued, and I really want to know from your own point of view, Lyndon. In life, whether if it's success or failure, do you think parents have a contribution dun sa kasi minsan may ganyan, ano, and in Filipino families are like that, na anak, kasi yung tita mo mayaman na dun sa Canada, so mag-nurse ka, 'di ba? So ito yung kunin mo. Or meron namang ibang pamilya na they let the kids choose whatever course they want, whatever career they want. Do you think na may contribution ang mga magulang sa kahihinatnan somehow kahit paano ng mga offspring o ng mga kids?
I fully agree with that parents are the number one influencer when it comes to the kids. And being a father right now, I know that I have full confidence that parents are given to us as a special gift to guide us towards our future. And they've been into several experiences. They've been they went through a lot of storms, and they know how to perhaps navigate and overcome those kind of storms. And that is why, for me, I really trust the opinion and give full confidence on the advice of the parents, whether it is seemingly maybe too weird from our point of view when we are still young, because at that time maybe we are contented to be, I want to become like this, I want to be like that. But then, as a parent, they have some ambitions as well. Whether it is right or wrong, it happened to me that I owe my success to my parents, and I'm grateful that they have influenced me to become what I am right now, and I owe everything to them. So maybe this is a good reminder to the children as well, watching right now, that it may be seemingly too weird, and maaring hindi mo naintindihan yung advice or yung sinasabi ng parents mo as of now, sa ngayon maaari, but darating yung time na you will appreciate, otherwise you will regret. And I know a lot of kids, a lot of children that are regretting right now, bakit kasi hindi ako nag-aral lang mabuti, bakit kasi hindi ako ganon. And I believe that parents are there for us to be guided, otherwise walang magiging direction ang buhay natin. So that's based on experience, and I'm very happy with the influence and advice, the directions coming from my parents and the elders within the community. Alam mo naman sa probinsya natin, yung mga titas, titos, they try to influence you and in a positive way, and grab that kind of opportunities. Otherwise, you might regret if not.
Now, the reason why, Lyndon, I ask, because of back in the day, and even when I'm still with my radio station, parents are actually telling kids to take up nursing. Okay, kasi nga daw yung tita mo, kasi tita mo, ilan yung bahay, yaman-yaman na, nasa Amerika, may mga lupain. Ang tanong ko dun sa estudyante is, kailan ba naging nurse yung tita mo? 1982 po. And now the world is, I mean, I get the idea of the parents na okay, baka nga naman sakali, di ba, na you will be successful at maging mayaman din yung anak ko kung magna-nursing ka. But now the world is changing, and we see that internationally, globally, it's happening. Walang nakapag-predict nito, nangyari. Everyone is actually in shock. Meron hindi pa maka-move on hanggang ngayon. And ilang buwan na tayo nasa quarantine. Kung April, May, June, July, apat na. Diba? So, the world is changing. So, when parents tell kids, let's say for example, I mean, because if in your case it works really fine, diba? The parents advise you to actually somehow get this course, and being a good son that you are, eto kinuha ko, and it works for you. But what can you say about dun sa mga iba naman ng gusto nung estudyante nung anak compared do sa gusto ng magulang?
So my perspective could be different from a lot of viewers. Na my perspective is coming from a parent point of view. Na because they see the world, and maaring malawak yung karanasan nila, and that is why they are in a best position to really guide us, not necessarily to force us to take a particular degree na hindi natin gusto. Of course, at the end of the day, it is your decision to pursue whatever track na gusto mong sundan. But at the end of the day, our parents are there, praying for us, wishing for us na ito yung alam nilang tama, yun ang ipapayo nila. But then of course, I fully agree with some perspective na may ibang gusto yung bata. Let's say for example, nowadays a lot of kids are wanting to become a YouTuber. They want to become an animator, maybe a code programmer, or so those kind of things. Meanwhile, the parents are in a completely different kind of background. Maaring yung isa ay lawyer, yung isa ay businessman. So my perspective is this: if, for example, you have a very strong view on whatever career you want to take, I personally suggest go for it. Okay, go for it. For example, if you want to become a doctor, go for it. If you want to become a lawyer, go for it. But if, for example, you want to become a X career, okay, without mentioning any, but on the other hand, you can become, let's say, a CPA, and at the same time, you can become a pilot. Maybe your parents want you to become a, let's say, a nurse, but you want to become a businessman. So you can be a nurse and a businessman at the same time, meaning you're actually maximizing the advice of your parents and pursuing your own career aspirations. So it is very possible nowadays to have multiple skills and multiple careers, and sky's the limit for you, kapatid. So for example, if my parents wants me to become an accountant and a CPA, and I've taken it, and now at the stage of my life, I want to become, let's say, a lawyer, or I want to become a pilot, I can still do that. So
Yes, totally agree 100%, Lyndon, no. Now, dun sa sinasabi mo na parents may see in their perspective in a whole lot of different way kumpara doon sa bata. Kasi okay, I believe yes, the the guidance is really good. Okay, the intentions are really good, but nowadays kasi the world is really changing so fast. Now, may alam ang bata, oo, may alam ang matanda na maaring hindi alam ng bata, at may alam ang bata na maaring hindi alam ng matanda. Let's say for example, ML, Mobile Legends. Tanungin mo, Lolo, alam niyo po ba yung Mobile Legends? Di ba? Ang bata nowadays, bigyan mo ng cellphone, maya-maya nagte-text na, nag-games na, without the manual. So, that's where I come from. But again, 100% agree with listening to the parents. Of course, guidance yan eh. Like you said, no, a lot of kids nowadays gusto ko maging YouTuber, gusto ko maging influencer, gusto ko ano ba tawag sa mga ganun? Basta yung everything online, di ba? Nowadays, yun kasi talaga. Especially now that, we're staying at home and, quarantine pa rin, social distancing pa rin. But yeah, okay. So, okay, let's move on. Nag-graduate na. So, mag-uumpisa na yung career. Now, before mo sagutin niya, we're gonna be taking a short break, and of course, we're gonna be coming right back with more. So, please do stick by. Hey, back on the show, the Fourth Project, where we talk about money, business, and live broadcasting tonight from Dubai, UAE, live on TNC. But before we move on with the show this evening with my very, very special guest, let's go right ahead and invite you guys to a whole lot of different shows and program hosts from this channel. We would like to invite you guys to watch inspirational shows. We have the Big Picture shares inspiring stories of notable personalities streams every what's this? Daily, Mondays to Friday, 7 p.m. We have HR Hotline introduces us to the wonderful world of human resources management every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 1 p.m. We also have iBusiness is about insights on how you can own business, live streaming from Tennessee and Texas in the USA on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and Wednesdays and Fridays, 9:30 a.m. Philippine time. And learn your life's purpose by turning into U-turn Mondays and Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. Now, the home buyer is where you hear inspiring stories about building and owning a property. Streams Mondays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. Laugh and learn through the puppet stories Tuesdays and Fridays at 5 p.m. And this one, magbenta, bumili at tumulong. Dahil bukas na ang TNT Marketplace and online night bazaar live streaming every Thursdays and Fridays at 10 p.m. And of course, two leaders in one platform every episode. The Talk streams every Mondays at 12 noon. Now, After Shift is about your choices and our lives after work. This Chillaxin Show, Chillaxin Show, streams Wednesdays and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. And of course, we also have para sa mga kababaihan or for women, Usapang Beauty is about beauty beyond what your eyes can see. Streams Thursdays and Saturdays, 5:30 p.m. Now we have another show, another new show on the channel. YOLO is the newest addition to our long list of shows. This show is for all of us to understand the law and the law is fun and especially cool too. Streams Mondays and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. We also have, meron pa pala, the TNC original shows such one day. A 30-minute show which profiles unique, inspiring stories of real people from real people. It alternates with the TNC Town Hall, which is co-hosted by TNC founders Lloyd Luna and Apple Manansala. This is a platform where we talk to you, our valued audience, on feedback about our shows on TNC and a whole lot of shows. You can see it right here on TNC. Grabe. So we're really growing. Everybody's doing good on this channel. So congratulations to each and everyone, each and every program host on this channel and different shows. All right, so we're back on my show with my very, very special guest, Lyndon Magsino, all the way from Dubai also. This is another episode this evening. So eto na, kapatid, no? So finally, you graduated. How did you started first? Kasi there's a lot of graduates na, graduate na ako. Ano gagawin ko? May mga ganun may mga lutang moments. So back in the day when you graduated, what did you do?
Okay. After I graduated, I pursue my CPA review. So ultimately, if you are a BS accountancy student, everyone is aspiring to become a CPA, a certified public accountant, and that's what I've done. So, and then after I passed the board exam, so I went to Makati and worked in Deloitte as an external auditor. So that's how I started my career. And because I love teaching, and my passion is into sharing the knowledge. So while I was working in Makati, I was actually teaching at Pamantasan ng Lungsod na Maynila. So I was around 21 years old when I started my career, and I was having double jobs at the time. And then while I was teaching at PLM, the dean asked me, you're doing good in teaching. Why don't you join us as a full-time professor? And then I left external audit and I joined PLM. And then at the same time, I work part-time as a lecturer at the De La Salle University in Taft, Manila. So I was having double jobs again. And then at the same time, I have some accounting clients on the side. And that's how I started my career.
Let me ask you, Lyndon. You're always double timing. You don't want to waste your time. Let me ask you. Meron bang tina-target, may vision ba na kung saan hindi ako pwedeng kasi some of the college student na naririnig ko nowadays, magpapahinga muna ako, napagod ako. Parang, ha? Saan ka napagod sa pag-aaral? Diba? May mga ganun. But you don't want to waste time. Kumbaga, let's get into it. Let's go. Kumbaga, nasa nang gagawin. And you ended up having 2 jobs. So, ano yung tina-target? Ano yung vision? Bakit ganun kasipag dapat?
Okay. At that time, I don't have clarity with when it comes to my vision. And to be honest with you, wala akong tinatarget na gusto ko maging milyonaryo or gusto ko maging ganito at the age of this. Wala akong ganon. All the things that I remember at the time is ayokong maging mahirap. Okay? Kasi dinanas namin yan. Galing ako sa isang mahirap na buhay at ang gusto ko sana ay at least maging maginhawa ng konti. Maibalik ko yung kaginhawahan na kaya kong ibigay sa pamilya ko. And that's why I work hard, and even at the time I was 21, 22 years old, having triple jobs, 4 jobs, working part-time as an auditor and teaching in multiple universities, and at the same time I'm also studying my MBA in the Philippines in Pamantasan. But then something happened. I got an opportunity in Qatar, so hindi ko natapos yung aking MBA sa PLM, and now I pursued my goal to become an executive MBA, and that's what I have I just completed recently from Hult International Business School. But going back to your point, at that time walang clarity yung vision. I was very young, and you know, all I want is just to give a comfortable life to my family, and that was the driving force with all those kind of hard work and commitment and dedication to uplift the lives of my family. So, but then ngayon I realized na all I've done so far is become fruitful, and now I can say that we are so blessed, and my family is my parents are now in California, and they are so happy in where they are and whatever we achieve in life. So looking at those days na naghihirap kami, walang magpahiram ng pera, and we were 7 in the family plus my parents. So ganun ginapang nung magulang ko yung buhay namin at the time. And my dad is an accountant, my mother is a midwife, but then at those days they are so dedicated in the church, and they are one of the leaders of the church in Batangas. So and I was observing the life and you know yung community, and nasabi ko lang sa sarili ko na I want to become successful. I want to give a good life to my family and also my future family, my kids. So yun siguro ang naging driving force behind all those kind of hard work. And now I'm very grateful, and now I have clarity on what I want to achieve and what I want to do in life.
Ang galing na, no? I mean, I 100% salute you on that. After graduated from college, you want to start things. You want to keep moving, no? Kasi nga,
Yeah.
if you notice nowadays, no, the kids, especially the millennials, I mean, nothing against them, but you see a whole lot of teenagers and young ones na I'm bored. I'm at home, I'm bored. I'm in the office, I'm bored. Diba? Sabi ko, this amount of people pala ngayon, kung totoo man, diba? Na they have so many time na wala silang mapaggamitan. And that's, I mean, on my part, it scares me, and at the same time, it's sad, diba? Na ang dami-daming pwedeng gawin. Because successful people, I think you would agree with me, hindi nila kayang pagkasyahin sa 24 hours yung lahat ng dapat nilang gawin. Now, yung driving force, let's go back to that. Yung sinasabi mo kanina, no? I like that. I remember one story na, this is gonna be really quick. Merong magsasaka, tapos nag-retire na yung lolo, pinamana yung kalabaw dun sa tatay. So for how many years din, yung tatay yung gumamit ng kalabaw, nagsasaka sila. So it's about time na ipapasa na dun sa apo, yung kalabaw. Sabi nung apo, yung lolo ko magsasaka, hindi naman kami yumaman. Yung tatay ko, minana yung kalabaw, hindi naman kami yumaman. Pag tinanggap ko tong kalabaw na to, sabi nung apo, malamang-lamang, di ba? Hindi rin kami yayaman. So, yun, nagnegosyo, tumingin na ibang opportunities. And that's what I want the viewers tonight, di ba? Na even doon nung panahon mo, walang malabo, blurry pa eh. You just wanna keep moving, at baka sakaling mabangga ko yung success. Baka sakaling matalisod ko yung success eh. Tama ba?
Tama. Yes, that's right. And right now, and I realize reading a lot of books and studying in a business school, what I realize is lahat tayo meron 24 hours, 'di ba? And you will be perhaps wondering bakit merong mayaman, bakit merong bilyonaryo, may milyonaryo, may middle income group of people, and merong less fortunate. The only reason why and this is proven, the only reason why bakit may mayaman, bakit may mahirap is because on how we spend our time. Okay? How we spend our time. All of us has 24 hours in a day. Walang biniyayaan ng 25 hours or 30 hours in a day. Wala. Pantay-pantay yung ating kapital. Ito yung puhunan natin sa mundo, di ba? 24 hours. But how you spend your time in a wise and productive way will determine your future. For example, when it comes to, let's say, marami tayong mga kakilala, mga kaibigan na employed, working from 8 to 5 or 8 to 6, but then pagdating nila sa kanilang mga bahay, ano ang gagawin? Teleserye, manunood ng Netflix. I don't have any problem with all of those. Wala akong problema dyan. Enjoy life as much as you can. But if you keep this kind of habit at naging ganun na lang yung routine ng buhay mo, then and this is the advocate, one of the education advocate that we are trying to promote, is spending your time in a very productive way. Meaning, perhaps some days you can think of, how can I develop a particular product that will address a particular need? How can I create a small business on the side and start selling online? How can I perhaps learn investment? How can I learn new skills? If you are, for example, an accountant, and you should not be contented with being a CPA and being an accountant. You can learn, let's say, technology. You can learn how to develop a website. You can learn sales. You can learn marketing. You can learn vlogging or writing contents for companies. So what I'm saying is, we need to spend our time in a very smart way, and that's the ultimate for your success. That's the only way. If you keep on misusing your time, wala naman tayong forever, right? We have very limited time. So kung ano yung na-inherit mo in your journey, let's say for example, nabuhay tayo dito for 80, 90 years, so and you wasted, let's say, 40 years of your life watching TV or something. So and this is a very very insightful message na using our time productively on how we can uplift our life, our status, yung mga financial struggles natin, on how we can overcome those kind of bondage. We can perhaps makalaya tayo sa mga utang, sa financial struggles na kung minsan hindi natin alam kung saan kukunin yung pagkain. So the only way you can do that is maximize your time. Lahat tayo may 24 hours. All of us has certain skills. Use that, harness that kind of skills, and monetize that kind of skills. So that's the message I would like to share.
Well said. It's funny you said, Lyndon, we all have 24 hours a day. Now, eto nga, natatawa ako. In one of the many trainings that I did, tinanong ko kasi, I mean, yung audience, sabi ko, ano bang difference ng mayaman sa mahirap? Kasi nabanggit mo nga kanina, no? Share, kasi yung mayaman, maraming pera. Yung mahirap, walang pera. Sabi ko, okay. So parang yun lang yung nakita niya. Na sabi ko, ganito, no? Yung mayaman, mahirap, pinanganak yan, parehong hubad yan. Yung mga sanggol na yan. Wala namang pinanganak na may dala ng isang maletang pere. So anong nangyari along the way, somewhere along the way, na yung isa medyo somehow he made it, at yung isa medyo napag-iwanan. Tama ka eh. We only have, both of us, 24, all of us, diba? Walang malakas sa taas. Walang 25 hours a day, walang 26 hours a day. So even the rich and the poor, we both have 24 hours in one day. So ang tanong, paano natin ginagamit yung 24 hours natin in one day? And that's a very, very good point. And now that's exactly what I want you, why I want you to be in the show tonight, because very, very insightful, and that's really powerful message. Now, change. Yeah, let me ask you, how important is change? Because right now we're in the middle of pandemic. A lot of people doesn't wanna. I've always been like this. Ganito na ako, Lyndon. Ganito na ako, Bob. Eh. Hindi naman ako magbabago. Well, ikaw, 'di ba? If it's working for you, but if things are not working well, I just think na merong mga ilang bagay na kailangan baguhin. But let me ask you, how important is change for you?
Okay. Without change, there's no improvement. Okay, I will repeat. Without change, there will be no improvement. And a lot of people are afraid of change only because of one thing. Okay, it's not because they don't like to change. Okay, don't get them wrong. It is because they are used to do something, and because they keep on doing the same thing again and again and again, they became expert and really good in that particular thing. Okay, for example, if you are doing let's say accounting job. Okay, sorry, I'm using accounting all the time because
Of course.
that's the nature of my job. And then shout out sa mga CPA sa Philippine Institute of CPA sa PICPA Doha and PICPA Dubai, where I'm actually part of that the group. So going back to my point is, if you are an accountant, you keep on doing accounting jobs again and again, right? So you will become an expert in that particular field. But when it comes to change, for example, okay, there is an opportunity to get a promotion, but the condition is you need to become a good person in sales, or maybe there's an opportunity to grow, but you need to learn business. So the challenge for them is not the change itself, but because they want to go back again and again to where they are good at. Okay? They want to be in the comfort zone. Because magaling ako sa bagay na to, I will keep on doing this thing again and again on the thing that I'm good at. Not because I hate change. Now, the problem is, if you are not embracing change, then you will be outdated. Okay, and this is very common in business, in careers. For example, right now, look at a job vacancy in LinkedIn. For one job, okay, one job opportunity, you will see thousands of CVs and resumes applying for the same job. Okay, now if you are very limited to what you're doing, okay, and you don't have other skills, and others are actually having multiple skills. Pag tinanong sila, do you know accounting? Yes, I am a master of accounting. In fact, I'm a CPA. Do you know sales? Yes, I know sales. Do you know marketing? Yes, I know marketing. And I know how to develop a website. I know technology. I know risk management, and so on and so forth. And meanwhile, you are still confined to what you're good at, and say, marunong ka ba sa accounting? Yes, I know accounting. I'm a CPA. Alam mo ba ang sales? Sorry. So who do you think will be hired for that particular job? So right now, the market and the globalization is very, very competitive. And even something with what we learned in Harvard is the concept of VUCA. The VUCA business world, meaning VUCA is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous business world. Okay? You cannot manage a business by having a very limited and restricted knowledge, and without looking at a big picture, and a big horizon of how to manage all different activities, different departments, having fundamental understanding of bits and pieces of everything, and that is why a lot of opportunities are being wasted, only because we are not equipped, we are not prepared. And this is the message that I would like to share to our viewers, that when it comes to change, embrace change, because that's the only way you can improve yourself. Get out from your comfort zone. I know you're already good at in accounting, you're good at in architecture, in civil engineering, you're good in website development, in whatever you're doing. But try to learn new skills. Try to be more competitive. Try to be good at different areas, and that's how you can compete globally. You are not competing with Filipinos alone. You are competing with Arabs, with Europeans, with Americans, with British, with Indians, and so it's a global competition. So and in my example earlier, for one job, thousands of CVs are getting in. So how can you stand out from the crowd, from all the applicants, if you just possess one skills, or because you don't embrace change? So that's my simple insight and my takeaway for that.
Powerful words from my guest Lyndon Magsino tonight, right here on the show, the Fourth Project, where we talk about money, business, and life on TNC. So change pa lang and ang pinag-uusapan dito ngayon is employment pa lang. Paano pa yung business? Now, we're gonna be talking about, because a lot of the things that being said earlier up until now, magaganda. So mamaya po, pagbabalik natin after our commercial break, pag-uusapan naman natin yung mga pangit. Ano yan? Setbacks, rejection, failure. All right. So exciting topic when we come back right here on TNT. Great Saturday night weekend right here in Dubai, UAE. Back on the show with Bob, your host of the Fourth Project, where we talk about money, business, and life right here on TNT. Now, let's go back with my guest, Lyndon Magsino. Now, kanina napag-usapan yung change. All right. Now, this time, we're going to be talking about rejection. Kasama dyan, pag may binago ka, of course, may rejection. Lyndon, how do you confront rejection?
Okay. I have a different perspective in life. It's not about the third party or the external forces that rejected me that will piss me off. Okay, my perspective is, if it is not for me, it is not for me. So rejection for me is quite a positive message that, okay, if you rejected me, it means I don't deserve you. And that's how I manage my psychological struggles, and it's working fine for me. That, for example, I have a lot of rejections, and ang iniisip ko na lang ay fine. It means it's not for me, because if it is for me, whatever I do, whatever you do, it will happen. So kapag mayroong mga rejections, ang iniisip ko ay you don't deserve me. Okay, I don't belong here. So rather than feeling sorry for yourself, or having a self-pity, or being maaring magagalit ka doon sa tao na ni-reject ka, and that's part of life. Rejection is life is full of rejections and acceptance, and it doesn't mean that you are if you are rejected for this particular case, you will be rejected forever. So sometimes rejections are actually one way of saying, this is not for you. There is a better door that you need to get in. There is a better plan for you. So sometimes rejection is actually positive from my point of view, na kung sinabi ni Lord sa iyo na dito ka pamunta, pero dumire-diretso ka, or kaya kumanan or kumaliwa ka, iba yung pinuntahan mo. Those kind of rejections along the way are actually a reminder for us na go back. Try to understand the plan. Maaring hindi yan ang para sa iyo. And for me, based on my experience, I had a lot of rejections, and right now I'm thankful that I got rejected, because if I get that kind of opportunity, maaring nagbago yung buhay ko. So, and it happens in career, in business, even in relationships. For example, maaring yung mga viewers natin makarelate na there are rejections from relationships, and maaring those kind of rejections and setbacks are actually a reminder that there is a better person for you. Okay, there is a better company for you. There is another or much better opportunity for you. That's why you are experiencing rejection right now. So that's how I manage my thoughts and my psychological being, and so far it's working for me.
Wow. So it's all about perspective. You'd rather see the good than the bad. Now, before we actually move on, Lyndon, for tonight, I'd like to say hello and good evening to all the people who's actually watching to us this evening. The people who's actually on the comment section down below. My co-host here on TNC, Sir Jesse Francis Rebostillos. Sabi ni Sam Chavez, very timely content, thank you, and more power. Dante Salamat is also watching the show tonight. Nice show, Bob. Si Arnold Praise ba ito? Watching from Metro Manila, powerful information. See, di ba? Meron kaming ginagawang tama dito kahit paano, di ba? Si Sir Wanlu, all the way from Antipolo. Wow. Watching from Antipolo City, the new capital of Rizal Province. And what about you, Lyndon? Do you have anyone that you want to say hi to tonight on the show?
I just want to say hi to Philippine Business School team and PICPA Doha and PICPA Dubai. Welcome to the show. I shared the link to them, and I hope they are watching right now. Hi to my friends in PICPA Dubai, PICPA Doha, and Philippine Business School, and I hope you are enjoying the show.
All right. Now, kanina na nabanggit mo na there's always a better door, or kung hindi para sa ito, there's always a better opportunity and avenue for you. Now, I strongly believe that, no, na parang ganito kasi yan, no? I mean, your ways, I mean, his ways are always better than your way. Baka kasi mamaya, let's say, for example, ganito, no, hindi ka pa nakakapagparehistro ng kotse mo. Ang panalangin mo, sana hindi ako mahuli ng pulis. Paano kung ang sagot nyo sa'yo is a budget, a money, para maiparehistro mo na yung sasakyan mo para hindi ka natakot magdadrive na hindi ka pa pala nakaregister. Tama ba? Diba? So, his ways are always better than your way. Way, way better than your way. Baka, diba, ang pinagpe-pray mo, sana makabili na kami sa probinsya ng motor. Ang plano pala sa'yo, van, pampamilya. Tama ba? So, his ways are always better than ways, and trust the process if you really want to pursue success. Now, rejection, isa lamang yan. I don't know nga, no, Lyndon, kung bakit parang in some people, it's dun sila na nagdudwell, na reject ako, kawawa ako, 'di ba? Bakit nangyari sa akin 'to? Ang sabi ko nga, pag pumara ka ng taxi tapos hindi ka pinasakay, hindi ka naman maglulumpasay dun sa kalye. Hindi ako pinasakay ng manong taxi. 'Di ba? Ang gagawin mo, papara ka ulit. Sabi mga lalaki, pag hindi kami sinagot, ang gagawin namin, manliligaw pa rin kami. 'Di ba? Para mahanap namin siguro yung gusto rin kami. Tama ba? 'Di ba? Now, talking about all of these things, different ingredients and different characters in being on the way papunta sa success na gustong mangyari. With you, ano pa yung point ng daan mo o ng mga dinaanan mo na parang medyo matindi na tutuloy ko pa ba do o mag-quit na lang ako?
Okay. It requires certain level of wisdom for you to know whether you should stop or whether you should pursue. Okay, there is certain level of wisdom, and for me, I'm a person who has this kind of grit and perseverance. I don't easily give up. And lahat ng mga nakakakilala sa akin, they know that I don't easily give up. But then, for me, if it is not really for me, then maybe, and I always pray na if it is not really working, maybe the message is you should stop. Okay? It's the case to case. Walang signs or standard rule na sasabihin mong no, you should not give up, continue, move forward, keep going. And that's what I do all the time. But there are certain times na sasabihin mong enough is enough. Okay? I need to stop this. But so you need to get certain advice or wisdom from your family, especially kung ikaw ay married. For the gents, this is a very very good insight that I practice. I always consult my wife, okay? Because yung isang tinuro sa akin ng ninong ko na si Ninong Bob from Qatar, ni Robert Lipon. Ninong, this is actually from you, and I always remember this, that whenever you make a very critical decision about your life, okay, and if you are a married guy, always consult your wife, okay, and if you are a wife, always consult your husband, okay. If you are single, consult your parents on critical decisions, not on everything, because they see something that you don't see. They are given somehow with this kind of wisdom na hindi natin nakikita. Okay? And I believe on that. I practice that. So for example, meron akong mga major decisions. Just 2 weeks ago, I closed a deal. I'm buying a commercial building in Lemery, Batangas, and I asked my wife, I really like this. And we discussed, because malaking halaga yung pinag-uusapan, I cannot just decide for myself. And if my wife is saying, I think it's better to do this rather than this, I really pursue whatever advice I'm getting from her. And this is the message I got from my ninong in Qatar. He said, if there is a contradiction between what the world is telling you against what your wife is telling you, follow the advice of your wife. She knows better. She knows better. And ito yung tumatak sa akin na, kasi sabi niya, all my mistakes is because I followed my personal drive. I followed other people's advice, and I ignored the advice of my wife. And all the mistakes he did, big mistakes, up to the point na almost mabankrupt yung kanyang business. He said, because I did not listen to my wife. And this, he said, nung kinausap ko siya, and sabi ko, I want you to become my godfather for our wedding. And ito lang yung sabi niyang advice sa akin. If the world has a conflicting view against your wife's view, follow the wife's view, okay? Ignore the entire world. Ignore even yourself. Whatever you want, ignore. Follow the advice of your wife. And so far, it's working fine. And thank God, my wife is brilliant. She's genius. And shout out sa mga husband. This is a message that's working for me for a number of years, and I hope it will work fine for you as well.
I think what Lyndon is trying to say is two brains are always better than one. Now, especially if you are in a situation and you have to make a really tough and big decisions. You are in the situation, so you need someone who's outside of the situation so they can see actually,
Yes.
na, okay, ito yung kinakalagyan mo, ito yung mga options na pwede natin gawin. And suggestions is always welcome. We can do option A, we can do option B, we can do option 3. Ano sa tingin mo? Ano pinakamaganda? Saan yung medyo, yung losses natin hindi masyado? Saan tayo mag-gain? Saan yung successful na magiging business decision natin? So I guess that's what Lyndon is trying to say na, yes, two brains are always better than one. Now, if kaya ang naiisip ko lang naman before na kaya tinatanong ng husband ng wife o ng wife ang husband is siguro, I think especially na sa mga big decisions, ayaw ng tipong, decision mo mag-isa yan eh. Bakit ako sinisisi mo? So, at least, kumbaga, you're telling the wife, di ba, we're on the same page dito, ha? Tayo nag-decision nito, ha? So, walang sisihan to. Oo.
Tama
Oo.
yan. Tama.
Diba? Now, we obviously we wanted to learn more about you, and we want you to educate us and the viewers tonight. But because of the time constraint, I guess you will be back here on the second season of the show, and there's so many things to talk about, but so little time. Sabi ko naman sa'yo, sobrang bitin to, no? But now, before we finally let you go, do you have any shows, anything to plug, social media, any tawag dito, online platform that they can actually reach, follow, and message you?
Okay. I'm advocating multiple sources of income. Okay, and that is why and my passion is also into stock market. And I published this book called PISO Master. Okay, it's called PISO Master, and this book is about creating passive income from stocks ownership, on how you can use stock market as a platform to create your second source or multiple sources of income. And this is the secret of a lot of wealthy people. Okay, rather than being the servant of the money, you need to start employing your money and be the master of your money. That's the concept of PISO Master. Okay, it's all about stock market and investment. And check out the ebook or the printed copy of the book at pisomaster.com. Okay, pisomaster.com. Check out, and also I hope we can be connected. I'm quite active in Facebook. I do a lot of posts about business, entrepreneurship, investment, stock market. Just check my page, Lyndon Magsino, and I hope you will get a lot of insights there. But also check pisomaster.com to get a copy of PISO Master. And I hope if there's a chance, we can meet over a coffee or lunch. And I'm happy to meet you personally, guys. Thank you.
All right, there you go. Bro, maraming salamat. Again, it's nice to have you on the show. It's an honor to have you on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lyndon Magsino.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so there you go. He will be back. Definitely, I want to learn that. So let the money work for you instead of you working for the money. Now, before we actually wrap this show tonight, we would like to say thank you and good evening to the people who actually made the show possible. This show is presented to us by Puzzle Box BPO, sponsored by the Manila Times, Step Back, Philippine Association of Professional Speakers. And of course, this has been your host, Bob, right here on The Fort Project, where we talk about money, business, and life right here tonight on TNT. Until next time, good night.